Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome. I am popping on here live because I really want to dig into a little bit about what I do. So, thank y'all for having me. Thank you for joining me. If you are here for the very first time, pop in and let me know you're here. I am excited to talk to you all tonight. For those of you all who this is your first time meeting me, I am Rashida Hatchett. I am a leadership coach for female leaders who are ready to spark more joy and abundance in their life through whole life leadership. So let's dig in. So, for those of you all who've been following me for a little while, you know that I work with high achieving women who are looking to expand, make themselves non negotiable, and really dig into whole life leadership. They are about self leadership and what it takes to push themselves forward because they really know that they cannot be the best leader and performer in their business or in their job if they're not the best version of themselves. So we mingle together personal and professional development in my camp. That's how we do this because one cannot exist without the other. I want to talk to you about something that I hear pretty often. So, the women that I work with, there are a lot of themes with the women that I talk to and come in contact with. And one of the themes I really just had to dig into today because it was something that it just kind of comes up pretty often. And I wanted to talk through it with you all. So, we're going to talk about having the audacity to trust today. And why this is so important is because one of the things that is true is that you can't grow past where your personal capacity is. I'm going to say that again for y'all. You cannot grow past where your personal capacity is. And if you don't have the audacity to trust yourself, trust your team, trust your network, trust the journey. If you don't have the audacity to trust, you can't expand. You're going to be limited. You're going to be limited in the way you interact in the world. You're going to be limited in the way that you show up. You're going to be limited in what you believe is possible. Because having the audacity to trust, there really is there's a visceral change that happens in you when you begin to trust yourself. When you begin to really look at yourself and say, you know what? I know that I make really good decisions. I know that I trust my gut and it never leads me wrong. I know that I can trust myself to make this move, to make this pivot into walking in my purpose and doing that thing that sets my soul on fire. I know that I can trust myself to do this because I trust my crazy ideas. Now, that's something that I have had on my vision board for probably about 10 years. And it says, Rashida, trust your crazy ideas. Those things that come across your way that you're like, is that possible? And you're wondering, it is possible. You can do it. You just have to trust yourself and trust in all the other areas. And as a woman who's in leadership, it can be really challenging to trust. There are so many things that come up against you, so many places where women are pitted against each other. We're made to feel like there's only room for one of us at the table. We're not sure who to trust because often our network are women who are doing the same thing that we're doing. They're in the same field. And so when there's an executive position that opens or a VP position that opens, there are many of us moving toward that same goal because it's the next thing that there is on the career ladder for us. And so it's hard to have women you trust in the same circle because often you only have a couple of them that are in your stratosphere, right? But having the audacity to trust really means that you have made a decision that you are going to vet the people around you. We're not asking you to trust blindly, right? You're going to vet the people around you and you are going to trust that your gut tells you that these people that you have chosen to be in your circle, that you've chosen to cheerlead you, that you've chosen to share life with, whether that's your professional life or a mixture of professional and personal, these people are going to have your best interest at heart, right? Because really what you're looking for is you're looking to create a network of people with you at the center because it's your network. You're looking to create a network of people who make it so that you feel like there is always someone in your corner. Like, no matter what crazy idea you have, you've got somebody to bounce it off of. And there's someone that's going to help you to move that thing forward, that's going to say, this is an amazing idea. Go for it. There are so many women who long to have a group of women who champion them forward. They haven't yet figured out how to make friends as an adult. That can be a real challenge for some of us, right? If you know that you had a challenge before making friends as an adult, I want you to drop a 2 in the chat and let me know. It can be hard. Sometimes you feel like, listen, I have all the friends I can take, and I don't want to make any new ones because I just don't trust people like that. It's hard for me to let people in. But you're limiting yourself and you're limiting what's possible for you if you don't learn to trust, and to trust wholeheartedly. Trusting yourself, knowing that you are going to make a great decision, and that great decision is going to be something you can capitalize on. Looking at the people around you and saying, I trust that y'all are going to show up for me when I need you to show up for me. And really trust in the journey, trust in the process. Life is a journey. There are pivots that we need to make along the way. There are things that don't go the way that we want it to. And that doesn't mean you give up the goal. It just means that you learn to trust that the journey is going to guide you where you need to go in the time that you need to do it. Remember earlier when I said that you can't grow past your personal capacity if you don't expand what you're willing to let in. You won't get to experience the fullness of having a trusting environment around you that's going to propel you forward. And so we want to make sure that we disrupt that way of thinking, right? Because truthfully, that way of thinking and not being able to trust and not being able to see that there are good people and great people in the world, and you have great ideas and the journey is going to lead you in a great direction, not being able to trust is a scarcity mindset. I know some of you all have probably heard that term before. We operate in abundance over here. So over here on Audacity to Thrive, over here in any camp that I'm in, we operate in abundance. If you operate in abundance, put abundance in the chat. Type abundance in the chat. We operate in abundance. There is enough. There will be enough. There's absolutely going to be enough. God has created enough for all of us. So there are enough people that will champion you forward. There are enough women that will be in your corner, that will be your cheerleaders, that'll be standing on the sidelines rooting for you, right? You just have to get in the right rooms. You have to trust that there's a room for you, and you just have to go and get in that right room. And that can be a little bit of a dance, so to speak, where you're trying to figure out what that room is, where that room exists. Y'all can probably see on the bottom of the ticker, I have join us for the Audacious Woman Retreat, October 11th through the 15th. That's the room. We're going to be in that room championing each other forward. This is a built-in sisterhood that you're going to have of women that you can absolutely trust. I am curating the women in this list that will be there. Invite only. This is not for everyone. People will apply. People will ask. But I'm making sure that the people that are in this room are really who need to be there. They're ready to do the work to champion you forward. They're ready to be your cross-country cheerleader. We're going to do the work to help you get to a place where you are open to the audacity to trust, and you begin to open up that network right in the middle of the retreat. That's what we're going to be doing, so that the 8 women that join us there will be connected. They come with their own built-in system of cheerleaders, of women who are ready to say, we can do this and we can do this together. Whatever it is that we're working on this thing together. I'm moving on my goals and you're moving on yours, but we are doing this thing as a sisterhood. So having the audacity to trust, trusting yourself, Some of you all right now, yourself is telling you that you want to be there, that you know just enough about it right now that you're saying, I want to be there. Okay. So if you want to be there, get in these comments, and in the comments, you are going to see the link. Okay. You're going to go to rashidahatchettmedia.com/audacious woman retreat. And you will find all the details about the retreat. And if you say, you know what, I am ready, join me in the DMs. You can join me in the DMs and let's chat. We'll talk right now about what you want to do, what you want to learn, how you want the retreat to be that jump off point for you, so that you can begin to be in a place where you have the audacity to trust. So hop in my DMs. Let's talk about it. I'll tell you all about the fun that we're going to have at the retreat, and we can get you there. What you need is the ability to trust in who you are and everything that has made you you, that has gotten you to this point, so that you can take that next step. Because here's what I know about you. You're here because you're ready. You're here because you're ready. You are ready to take that next step. You are ready to propel yourself forward. You are looking to expand. You have the desire to take in more. What you need is to push past your current personal capacity, to stretch yourself in a way that you haven't stretched yourself before. You need to be able to put down the guilt of doing something that's just for you, that's just about you. Sure, the trickle down will benefit the people in your life. It'll benefit your job. It'll benefit your team. But in the here and now, it's just about you. And that can feel scary. It can feel uncertain, especially if you haven't done it in this way before. Make the choice to choose you, to make you a non-negotiable, to put your personal and professional development at the forefront, starting with your personal development. Because remember, I said we do whole life leadership over here. The way you lead in one area is the way you lead in others. And if you don't believe me, watch the trickle down. If you're not caring for yourself in the best possible way, if you're not trusting yourself in the most audacious way, if you can't trust the journey, you're not going to be able to move forward the way you want to. It's just basic energy. Where you're putting your energy, the thing that you're doing the most of, is the thing that you will continue to do. Y'all watch that commercial that says a body in motion tends to stay in motion? Drop in the chat if you've seen that commercial, right? The guy's like walking and the person is moderating and they're saying a body in motion tends to stay in motion. And I think it's talking about like rheumatoid arthritis or something like that, that if you stay in motion, that the pain that you might be feeling starts to dissipate after a while. That's so true when we're growing as humans. If you trust your crazy ideas, if you trust the people around you to show up for you, the people on your team to get stuff done, so that you don't have to do everything, so that you can let go of feeling like if you don't do it, then it won't be done right. If you don't trust the journey that you're on, that you're going to get to your destination in spite of the bumps and the rocks and the turns and the detours and the road closures. If if you don't trust that forward movement that you're trying to make, it's going to feel harder because you haven't decided to stay in motion, right? We have to decide to stay in motion. And part of staying in motion is trusting that the next move is going to be there. Is trusting that the next thing we want to do is going to be there. It's trusting that the people that we see that are doing the thing that we want to be doing, they're going to still be there so that we can continue to have that model. It's trusting that you have the audacity to thrive. That no matter what, in spite of the odds, despite what you've been through, with all your experiences, the things that were meant to break you in life that came your way, you're right here, right where you're supposed to be, and you're ready to expand. You're ready to do more. You're ready to walk in your purpose, to stand flat-footed in who you are and show up authentically in the world. No more shying away. No more hiding in the back. You're ready to unleash your gift to the world. But first, you have to have the audacity to trust. Trust yourself. Know that you have everything inside of you already to be successful. You're not waiting on the next thing. You don't need the next degree. You don't need the next certificate. You can start right now with what you have. So if you are ready, drop into my DMs. Book a call with me. Let me know you're ready and you want to talk. Book a call with me. Let's talk. Let's get you at this retreat, October 11th through the 15th, the Audacious Woman Retreat. I am going to spend 4 days pouring into you all, myself and some of my special guests, and it is going to be an amazing time of luxury, self-care, and transformation. We are going to write the new vision for the life that you want to lead. We're going to set goals and get you on your way. You don't want to miss this. Head over to rashidahatchettmedia.com/Audacious Woman Retreat. As always, it has been a pleasure. I will see you all right here tomorrow as we continue this 3-part series. Remember, have the audacity to trust. Trust yourself. Trust your crazy ideas. Until tomorrow, I'm Rashida Hatchett. I'll see y'all later. Good night.